welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Pooja and I hope you guys are doing good. I have been having a couple of sleepless nights lately and I've always had this problem with my sleep. I would have mentioned this somewhere in one of the videos, but I'm not sure whether it's gonna come out before or after this one. But I have always had struggles with sleeping at the right time or getting like 8 hours of proper sleep, but that changed last year for me and there were a couple of reasons contributing to it. I was trying to work hard for improving that for years, but something worked out. So that was my learning from last year. That got me thinking that there are so many smaller habits that added to my recovery and that made my life so much easier and productive. And from the pit of depression and just feeling really anxious in my days, I moved on to becoming this very productive person and started enjoying my day, started waking up earlier, going to bed early. And how did that change happen? There's gonna be like a different video on it, I'm pretty sure, but I am going to talk about like 5 of some habits that I learned in 2022 and I want to carry them in 2023 as well. I've seen people call these habits soft habits. Soft because maybe because they do not need extreme efforts, it's not extreme focus or productivity, but still I believe they help in the bigger goals, they help in the harder goals. So these 5 soft habits are some things that are gonna carried over from 2022 to 2023 and I just really hope it helps someone else in the same boat as me. Now, some of these habits might come across as very generic to some people and people already know that you should do these things, but yet I am gonna mention them because it's also about how they shaped my life and how they shaped my days and how they helped in just getting a better person and someone who is dealing with so many things on the mental front. How did just having the building blocks right helped in going forward with much enthusiasm and the much needed gusto that you need sometimes. Oh my god, isn't it the worst time for the sun to go behind a cloud? Let's just wait. I'm gonna wait for like 2 minutes for it to scatter and maybe we go into the video. But also because a lot of you guys just request over and over again what is my makeup routine, you would be disappointed that it is mostly like 5 products and I am done. But as I'm speaking, maybe I'll mention what products I use and what does my 5-minute makeup routine every day looks like. Because I'm wearing this really nice top which is kind of like Indo-Western fusion but with like big earrings. I'm gonna keep my makeup minimal. Some days I wanna add a bit of some days I like adding a bit of funk or color, so I will go with like not so nude lipsticks, something like pink purplish, but today I'm just feeling like very nude look would complement the jewelry that's a little bit heavier. And there are a lot of colors on my top, so like having that Indian look which is complemented with a lot of nude shades would bring out the best of my features is what I feel. First soft habit that I'm going to talk about is eating or having a eating schedule and sticking to it. I have been a finicky eater all my life and I would eat as I feel hungry, but also because when you're at home, you're bound to a schedule, you cannot escape that. When I just moved outside my home to like Bangalore, I would eat when I'm having a schedule in the office, but with having to work from home, it gets really difficult to stick to a schedule. Also because you have to cook on your own, so some days if you don't have a proper grocery list or if you don't have a proper plan, it gets really murky, especially for someone who lives alone and they cook for themselves, and if there's no one to share a meal with, you know what I'm talking about, you're bound to eat something junk and just go to bed. So that has been my routine, but I have mentioned this before that I just made a list of like a checklist of having breakfast, lunch and dinner early January, early last year. And with that I was just tracking that did I have breakfast, did I have lunch, did I have dinner. I make it a point to have breakfast every single day. I feel like that has become something that helps me start my day. Let me collect my thoughts as I'm sitting on my table and enjoying my meal. And because I also cook like a really simple eggs, toast, coffee, it's something that I look forward to. And there are some days when I go to sleep and I dream about what I would have for breakfast. So definitely something like a alone time that you can give yourself and appreciate that the food that you're eating, or why are you working, because you can enjoy some of these finer, like smaller luxuries in life, like having time to eat breakfast in peace. So I make it a point to eat breakfast every single day, and I'm going to carry this in 2023 as well, because nothing gives me more pleasure than just enjoying a well cooked egg. So yeah, definitely. Starting with the makeup, I'm going to use my brow pencil first. This is Blue Heavens Brow Perfect I Brow Enhancer. It's almost done, and but it's just been my favorite. It has been a game changer. I didn't used to use eyebrow pencil before, but I found this in my uh, sister's makeup box, and then I used it once and I really liked it, so I use it every day. This is almost over. I don't know if I'll remember to order it again, but I hope I do. Okay, good enough. Second habit that I found out in 2022, and it really helped me just get over uh, some bad thoughts or help me get out of the bed, was staying active. I know I've talked about running a lot, and that's when I found courage and bravery to just stand straight and just not be afraid of things anymore. But even before that, if someone cannot run, the thing is that just staying active, just trying to get out of the bed as soon as you wake up, getting a little bit of a walk for your mental health also helps. When I arrived at running, that was like, just I went extreme, that was a different thing. But even now and then I try to have a bit of activity in my days, because I'm working from home. So it gets really hard to get some steps in, so I would make it a point to make grocery runs, or like just go to the supermarket that is a bit afar, which is like 20 minutes one way, so that would get in a little bit of a walk, and I'm also crossing off a chore, or just have a podcast in and go for a walk. Or even you can clean and vacuum your room, your house, cooking, standing up and cooking. All of these activities help improve your metabolism and also releases endorphins and serotonin, which is something that is missing when you are not feeling well, right? So I would advise anyone to include some activity in your days, not just sit and do Netflix. And this is a very like common advice, of course, but I have felt that it just released so many happy hormones, and also how my body is looking so fit. It just helped me, and my metabolism has increased with that. I'm eating more, but I'm also feeling very active to do the activities. Other activities can also include going for a swim sometime, or going to like a beach if that's accessible and trying for a swim there. Or I tried so many different things in 2022. I did paddleboarding for the first time, and it just really was too much fun. You can go for a little hike, cycle, anything that you can squeeze in, other than just going out drinking on a Friday night or Saturday evening. Try to go for an hour long cycle, and then you can have a beer after it. It is just so fulfilling to do that if you are also doing some activity and rewarding yourself at the end of it, right? And then it just hair, so I'm gonna move this setup a little bit so that you can see my lovely face in the sun as I'm doing my makeup. I think this is slightly better, not as good as I would like it to be, but not too bad. Next, I will go with like an eyeliner. I am always used to using this Lakme Insta Liner, very popular in India. You girls know it, right? And it's the only eyeliner that I'm able to work with because I learned how to do my eye makeup using this eyeliner, and it's just always been the that for me. Yeah, with that done, sorry, I could not use two hands and a mirror and talk to you guys while I do my eyes. It's like very difficult. So yeah, that was the second habit that really helped me get my mind straight and also have a little bit of fun in my day. The third habit that made a whole lot of difference in my life is to look at my life as days, not future activities or achievements that I'm gonna achieve, but make it a point to have fun in the days that I am given. I am never too sure if I'm gonna live till 40, if I'm gonna live till tomorrow, if I'm gonna live till 80. So what is important to have balance in my days. And when it comes with enjoying your days, eating and having a little bit of fun in the sense of, you know, pursuing a hobby, meeting your friends sometimes, gossiping over phone, and also maintain a 9 to 5 work or whatever your work hours are, because it's also important to take care of yourself financially. Sometimes work also give you a lot of self-worth, it gives you something to look forward to, it gives you a purpose. So doing that, but not be too stressed. To add to this, I really started keeping a tab of my life, in the sense that I went for organizational journals. Like I use Notion. This is not a sponsored video, but I use Notion. I chose that, and add to that, I would also have like a diary or a notepad where I would jot down the task of the day early morning, where I would jot down the task of the day early morning, and as and when I'm going, I would just write them off. Also, the night before, I would check what my schedule looks like, and the next day I would be more prepared for what I have, what are the things that I need to take care of during the day. And the task could be as simple as eat dinner, talk to your mom, call home, call XYZ person, and I would write those down so I would feel less anxious while I'm going to bed, because that means I'm not just overwhelmed with so much with what all things I need to do the next day, but I have it all in a diary or a journal, which I know I can refer to whenever I'm sitting down and taking care of those things. And then it's just a very, I know, generic advice, but it made a whole lot of difference because I never used to do that. I never used to be such organizational. In the sense that I would feel like really weird that who would do that, like am I even that important that I would write all those things? But it doesn't matter, it really just helps you let go of that anxiety. And I see a lot of my friends also struggle with these things, and I always advise them, just write it down like a kid, like how you used to do it as a kid, have a timetable, and you exactly know what subjects you need to learn and how much of the time you need for revision, and etc etc. Also, towards the end of the month, you can also track your progress and see how far you came, and if at all you need to check what happened on that day, if you would have made a note of it, then you can also check that. So definitely the third habit that I'm going to carry forward in 2023, and I'm really doing that now as I speak to you. Now I'm done with my eye makeup. This is the only eye makeup I'm gonna do. I will go in with my lipstick. This is Nykaa Paint Stick Boho Babe. It is shade 02, one of my absolute favorite lipsticks. I recommend it all the time. It's such a nice brown color. Goes really well with Indian skin tones, and does not even look like you have put on a lot of makeup. Just look at that. Uh, It's so difficult to catch the sun today. Yeah, if you can look at that, looks nice. It's one of my favorite lipsticks. Um, and then I would also put on the blush that I'm gonna put is also just this lipstick. So let's just go in with our fingers. I like to put a little bit on my nose because it just means like continuous blush thing. I don't know how to explain it. Moving on to the fourth habit that I would really like to carry forward in 2023, and as a matter of fact, I want to carry it on for the rest of the eternity, rest of my time here, is sleeping on time and sleeping 8 hours a day, really having sleep hygiene and not give in to skimping on it. Now I understand sometimes it happens that I'm traveling, so the time zones are different, and sometimes I'm talking to a friend late in the night, and some of my friends are like spread across different time zones. So that happens. You need to make time for these things. Also, when I call my sister back home or my mom, then it can be like a weird time zone for me. That those things are like okay every once in a while, but I really go in with an intent of my sleep is very important for me. And in my work days, it so happens that because I'm working two things, like I'm also doing content creation and I'm also taking care of my work, also taking care of my running. It so happens that some days I go to bed later than I expected, which is a habit that I really want to change. But there has been days when I felt so satisfied with my days. I was so tired after running that I made it a point to be in bed at 11, and I dozed off before I knew it. That is the best feeling in the entire world, and I don't want to give up on it. I moved away from late nights on weekend to doing sleep-ins Saturday morning. So I would spend Friday evening just cleaning up my apartment and just watching a movie, getting a pizza all by myself. I call my girlfriends around that time, and we do a little sync up or what's happening, catch up, what's happening in our lives. And then I would go to bed around 11 as I'm watching a movie. And then early morning Saturday, I'd wake up, make a really nice breakfast for myself, read, and that feeling of just not wasting your whole day because you were out the last day and you didn't sleep. And I wake up feeling so refreshed, and I feel like when I do that, I am all the more productive, and my mind is working really nicely. I'm not cranky. I feel so much in control of my days. I feel less anxious, and that's the thing. When I'm not sleeping well, I get so anxious. My heart rate is very high, and I become very cranky. So that is a feeling that I don't want in my life anymore, and I would prioritize my sleep over anything else in this world. If you were to tell me, do you wanna go for drinks on a Friday night, I would definitely tell you no, I just want to sleep in. I had a really long week. I worked hard on my career goals, and I also worked hard on other things. So all I want to do is catch a movie and just sleep in, which is the best thing. I feel when did we just move away from doing the simple things and enjoying them to just going out all out and ruining our mental energies more. Don't you think if you would have had a tiring day, which a lot of us do, all you want to do is just be in bed and not do anything, rather go out, and just this idea of having a nicer downtime, enjoying the simpler things, to just going all out on whatever money we have, spend it on fancier things, or whatever money we have, spend it on a night out that is supposed to be more luxurious. I don't know why we did that. I don't want to do that anymore. And I am so happy that I recognize that if I have had like a really long week, because I really do have long weeks where I'm working almost two jobs and I'm enthusiastic for both of them. I would want to have a quiet time. I would want to have not have like a even busier Saturday, I would like to have some time to sleep and start my day right, and start my day with, feeling more refreshed, start my weekend feeling more refreshed so that I can have more fun. So that is what I'm gonna do in 2023 as well. And I would advise all of you guys to also take your sleep very seriously. There's nothing in this world more important than, there are some things in this world more important than that, but prolonged period of sleep deprivation has such a negative impact on your brain and on your mental and physical health. You will start having memory losses, you would start having loss of concentration and loss of focus. While on the other hand, if you sleep really well, I will tell you, your concentration, your focus is going to be off the roofs, and you would feel like you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. It is all about the mind, as I say. We are on to the last soft habit of 2022 that I really want to carry forward in 23. And this is something that I've been struggling with all my life, and also lately also I struggle with this, is having time for myself, taking rest, having time to rejuvenate my just tired soul. And some days I really have to schedule it in my calendar and really have to pull the plug on it. Like, you should keep your phone away now, don't be on Instagram all the time, don't be thinking of the next video that you want to get out, don't be shooting all these videos, just really take out some time to not do any work of any kind, not be thinking about some of the things that you should be doing right now, because it is so important sometimes to not think about things. For the highlighter, let's just go with a little bit of a highlighter. I usually don't put it all the time, but because I feel tempted to add at least one product that would make my look fancy, I'm gonna go in with this highlighter, Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade Rose Gold. Someone told me over Instagram that you're supposed to put it with your finger, that's gonna make it better, so I will just do it. Try doing it, and we see how that hack works. I don't know if it made a difference. Let me just check in this mirror. Oh yeah, definitely made a difference. And this highlighter, this illuminator is kind of like a I'm gonna go in with a little bit more because I liked it. This highlighter is not very shimmery, like some highlighters would have a lot of shimmer and they would have bigger particles of shimmer, which makes your look a bit cakey, but it's more smooth. So I really like it. That's it, that's my makeup routine. Like, yeah, that is it. And I think it looks pretty well with the blush and with the nude lipstick. These colors would pop up, and I still feel like I got something done. As I was saying, I am a big champion of taking out time for yourself, because I have seen how it has just helped me become less anxious and not feel burnt out. It's so easy to get burnt out in this world with all the distractions, all the saturation devices around us, so many information, so much noise around us, that it gets harder to just keep track of everything, even the news, even what is happening around the world. And we over and over again, we have this desire, or we have this obligation to be on top of all what is happening in the world, and also be on top of how we can take control of our own lives, which in itself is so daunting. I can understand it gets so overwhelming at times. So it's important to just pull the plug and just stop thinking about everything. As a matter of fact, none of my friends would know it. I do not watch any news because I feel it's very noisy, it's very negative. I will get to know about some or the other news from my friends here and there, so like something that is really important for people to know, but I don't actively deliberately go to a news channel or a news blog and read, because and as a matter of fact, growing up I used to know all the current affairs, all news, everything, but I do realize that it makes one anxious. So adding to this point of taking out time for yourself, it's just more so about starting from a clean slate and having that whole clean canvas to have your thoughts spread across, or just shape your thoughts. And there's like a really nice analogy that my therapist once told me is, imagine your brain is just have some limited space, and you have just it's like a room, right? And imagine like this is a room and this is my brain, and you have stacked so many things inside it. There would come a point where there would be no space to put even a single thing. And when that would happen, the thoughts will start spilling, and you have no way of knowing where they are going to end. Similarly, I try to just cut the cord, or just compartmentalize so many thoughts, so as to give space to the important thoughts that need my priority. And I know it is so hard for people to just take care of the thoughts, or take care of the things that they require in like an adult life. All of us are dealing with so many things: jobs, financial responsibilities, personal health, health of our parents, health of a sibling, friends, socializing, studying, and being ambitious. All of these things, this in itself takes so much of our times. I don't think so leaning more towards negative thoughts or negative things is going to do any good or going to help you. So that is what I try to do. I shut off and I take rest. I deliberately take rest. I tell people to take rest. And I've also seen a change in my attitude when I come back from a rest. I feel that I want to work more, and I feel very refreshed, energized. And if I watch a really good movie over the weekend, like for like 4 and 5 hours, I'm not Instagramming, I'm not writing anything, I am not taking care of things that need taken care of, I'm not playing that character, I feel that this time is mine to own and I can do whatever I want to do. It just brings me so much joy, and also it gives you a sense of freedom over your days. I feel sometimes we feel so caught up in our lives, we feel like we are just stuck in this never-ending cycle. If you take out time for yourself, you would see that everything has a space in your life, and balance is the key. Having the balance of rest and right amount of productivity is what we want to achieve, all of us want to achieve. Certainly I want to achieve that in 2023 and not burn myself out more than I do. Like I really some days burn myself out because I get excited with newer ideas and I get excited with working on things, but I don't want to do that. I also want to give my mental well-being some respect. So let's see how it goes, and I'm really hopeful though, and we'll see how the year fares, and by the end of this year you will have another video where I'm talking about this thing. Maybe I failed, maybe I did do well. Time will tell. With that, this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, you enjoyed my thoughts about what I think about these soft habits that make up for having all the enthusiasm for a hard life, that paves ways for hard habits. In short, these are the 5 soft habits that I really hope you get to inculcate in your life, and also see how they just act as a foundation for a healthy lifestyle. On top of it, you can build a productive and extreme kind of lifestyle where you go get your goals. But for that to happen, you need to first take care of yourself and have the foundation right. So that was the message of this video. I hope you guys liked this. If you really like this video, I would appreciate your support. If you like it, if you share it with your friends, and you can also comment on the video, what did you think of it, or are there any habits that you guys have added in 2022 and they worked wonders for you and you're gonna carry forward in 2023. I would love hearing your thoughts on it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I had so much fun making this video. I hope to see you guys next time. Have a good rest of the day.